Hi guys, it's the Black Bonsai guy. I hope you all are doing good. And we're back for another episode of hunting and shopping for discounted plants. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying the series and finding useful tips to get you guys some plants at a discounted price. Today in this episode, I got a whole bunch of good deals lined up for you all. So without further ado, we will get straight into it.
All right, guys. So I'm in Facebook Marketplace again, and I ran across this jade tree, and I think this would be the perfect jade tree to turn into a bonsai. As you can see, it has good limbs that's already coming out. All you really need to do is wire this up, and you can have yourself a pretty interesting looking bonsai. Let me go back to the ad so you can see this person is shipping. It has the purchase protection. You can get it between October 16th and 20th. And they are out of Garden Grove, California. And they say it's approximately 20 inches from the top of the pot. We'll ship bare root. So they're shipping this bare root, meaning that all of the soil that you see in this pot will it will not arrive once you receive it. It'll just be roots in this plant, which is good because you can add this directly to bonsai soil since it's a succulent, and you don't have to worry about it. And I could turn this into a bonsai in probably like 30 minutes. This is a real good deal for those looking to get into bonsai. All right, guys. So I'm in Facebook Marketplace again. And here's a gentleman that is selling some fig trees for $25. This is in Spanish. I don't know how to speak Spanish, but I was able to translate most of it using Google Translator. I know that they are purple figs, and they range from 2 to 3 feet tall for $25. And he has some that are from 4.5 feet tall to 5 feet for $40. I personally would get the ones for $25. Figs go pretty fast. I don't think you're gaining anything by getting a tree that is taller if the thickness of the trunk is the same. So if the thickness of the trunk is the same, I don't see a difference between a tree that is 3 feet tall versus a tree that's 3 to 5 feet tall. 4 to 5 feet tall. If the thickness of the tree is the same, I personally would probably see if you could do a deal where he would sell you maybe 2 of the 2 to 3 feet fig trees for maybe like $45, right? And then you take those 2 and you try to propagate those 2 into, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, you can continuously propagate figs. So I think this is a pretty decent deal. I'm not sure if the guy's open for negotiation or not, but it doesn't hurt to try if you do it in a, respectful manner. You don't want to offend anybody when you negotiating. At least that's my 2 cents, right? You want to do a win-win for everybody. So yeah. All right, guys, still in Facebook Marketplace, and I ran across someone selling some quince jelly. All right. And you may be saying, why am I interested in this quince jelly? They're selling it. It's in stock for $20, and they have quince and fig jelly. Now, generally, if someone is making their own preserves, they probably have trees. So I would reach out to the seller if you're interested and say, hey, when do you think you'll have some quince and figs that are ready? If you don't feel like growing, it's always good to find someone that is selling the fruit, where you can always buy the fruit fresh in town. So I think this is a pretty good deal, especially for those, since we're at home, more and more people are starting to get into gardening, and they're getting into, cooking more at home. If you're on a Sunday and you're making fresh biscuits, or you're making pancakes or waffles, I mean, try something different by adding some jam or jelly. So yeah, get into that. All right, guys, still in Facebook Marketplace, and this is someone that is selling a fig tree for $25 and with shipping of $12. And it's the Elise Nera Live fig tree. Sometimes you won't be able to get these varieties local. Sometimes you have to get them shipped in. So if this is the case, you don't have this local, you may want to reach out to someone like this that's doing shipping to say, hey, can I do a bundle deal where you pay for multiple plants and perhaps you can still maintain that $12 shipping? Because I'm assuming they're shipping it in a flat rate box where the price does not vary. If you could fit 2 or 3 figs in there, go ahead and, take advantage of that and, have them combine the shipping. Now, these are coming from New York. One of the things you will want to do first with any plant, you will want to do a Google search to see if that plant variety grows in your zone. If you don't know your zone, go to Google and type in what zone do I live in? What planting zone do I live in? And it should pop up and tell you. I'm in Tucson, Arizona, and I am in 9B. So one of the things I would do is I would look up Elise Nera Live fig and see what zones that it grows in. And if it says grows well in these zones, generally they give you a range. They'll tell you it grows well between zones 4 and 10. And I know that I'm 9B, which falls in between that range, so I'm good. Now, if it tells you grows well in zones, let's say 1 through 4, and I'm in 9B, then this particular fig variety would not work well for me. Therefore, I would not buy it. So just a little heads up on that. All right, guys, still in Facebook Marketplace, and ran across someone else selling some homemade jams. They have grape jam, plum jam, fig jam, strawberry, and peach. So, if they're making these jams, one of the things you want to reach out to them and say, hey, first off, do you have, are you growing these fruit yourselves, right? Because you can preserve anything. You can go to the store and buy strawberries and preserve them. You can go to the store and buy figs or grapes or whatever the case may be. Find out if they actually have the trees first. I would probably lead with a question like, hey, I'm not necessarily interested in the jams, but more so the fruit. When will you have some more grapes, plums, strawberries, peaches, or figs available for purchase, the fruit themselves? And if they say, hey, I'll have figs ready in a couple of weeks. They're on the vine right now. They're about to ripen. That's a ding, ding, ding. That's a winner chicken dinner, right? You can buy figs from them. And if you trust, the operation, this person has a label. So I'm sure they sell these at farmer markets or maybe even online. If you trust the operation, go ahead and, support them. Try out their jams and see if they are good. They may, some people make some really good preserves, and some people make some really, bad preserves. But just a little 2 cents there. All right, guys, still in Facebook Marketplace. Ran across someone selling some passion fruit plant sprouts and seeds. They ship it for $3, and it looks like they ship in USPS. You can get these between October 16th and 20th. Today is actually October 11th. So 5 to 9 days you can have these things. Okay, purple passion flower vine plants and seeds. She's selling small plants at $15, or you can get 30 seeds at $10. Shipping is extra, depends on your order. These plants produce beautiful flowers and fruit. They're full of life, wonderful for bees, mantises, and the like. They smell amazing and are simply stunning to look at. They are very hardy vine plants, easy to grow, and even easy for beginners. If you have any questions or like to arrange something, please don't hesitate to ask. And these are coming from Clayton, Delaware. One thing about passion fruit can be extremely invasive. You want to make sure you put these in a ground and you put it in a place where it can, and you can see there's a praying mantis on there, and also looks like a bumblebee. They will take off. A passion fruit vine can grow 40, 50 feet in 1 year. So you want to make sure you give them a place where they can run, so they can spit out their fruit. I'll just zoom in so you guys can see. Let me go back. Zoom in. They produce gorgeous flowers. And you see that bumblebee in there with all that pollen on his back. Yeah, just make sure you give your passion fruit room to spread. It's a wonderful thing to grow. I personally have 2 passion fruits that I'm training to grow in my backyard right now. And the goal is I'm going to keep them in containers, and I'm training them to grow horizontally. So I'm going to run them, 40, 50 feet in my backyard wall. And what I'll do is, as I reach a corner of a wall, I will just, train it to grow onto the next wall. And once it reaches all the way around my backyard, and makes a complete rectangle, what I'll do is I'll start to I'll produce an S shape, and I'll reline and go back the other direction to where you'll have a rectangle in a rectangle, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't make sense, but anyway, that's the intent. All right, guys, still in Facebook Marketplace today. And I think this will be our last one for the day. Ran across someone selling some Turkish figs. Again, we talked about making sure that Turkish figs grow in your zone. Just go to Google, do a quick Google search, see what zone you live in, see if Turkish figs grow well in that zone. And if they do, this could potentially be a plant for you. He's selling them for $49. And it looks like he's charging $10 for shipping. It may be, he also has a nursery, it looks like, and he leaves his page on there to where you can Google his nursery, and they are anywhere between 2 and 4 feet tall. Like I said, if you don't have access to this variety of fig, this may be something that you want to add to your collection. So with that being said, I think this is the last one for the day. It's the Black Bonsai Guy. I'm out.